slipping into a parenting mode. Now, you are almost 40. You've been living your life a long time without me in it, and doing just fine. And so now you're downstairs, and then you're there for a week, and then you go off, and probably about a week goes by, not very much time. And I hear this thing, tell me if you all remember this. It's 10:30 at night. Do you know where your children are? How many of us remember that broadcast that came over the news or the radio every Friday, Saturday, Tuesday night? I mean, we were just horrified that they had to remind our parents that we weren't home. It's like, shut this up. But that's what we grew up with. It's 10:30. Do you know where your children are? And that still plays in my parent brain. So I haven't heard from Aaliyah in a while, week, maybe 2 weeks. And I'm like, hey, you're in a foreign country. Is everything okay? Takes her a while. I don't know how long. I didn't do the research on her. She sends me a text with the photo. She's on a camel kissing a guy. If that is not Portugal. That is not Portugal. So she left the country without even telling me. And again, why does she have to tell me where she's going? She does not. But there's just this inclination to be a parent and be concerned and want to know, a genuinely interest in really being invested in your lives and just wanting to know about you. So when I'm texting you, Aaliyah, and you're out exploring the world, what are you thinking?
I'm just like, maybe I should have checked in. I didn't really think about it. I didn't know that you were so concerned because I've been living my life. I don't even do that with my own mom because one, she didn't know how to download WhatsApp. So and I really wasn't checking in with anybody, not even like my sisters. Everybody had to reach out to me. I was really bad. I just like took the 3 months to just like, I don't know if you want to say escape or what. I just do my own thing.
It was almost like a game of Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, but just Aaliyah Pingelli.
Yeah. So I just was like doing my own thing and not really checking in with anybody. Even my best friend was like, I feel like I haven't talked to you in years. And it probably was only like a week. So.
And good for you.
But,
and again, logically, yeah, I'm glad you're out there having fun, living your life. I mean, I had no expectation, but yet I did.
Yeah. And it's weird because when I'm somewhere, I don't check my phone that much. Like I'll have 5 pictures. So the pictures you saw was because somebody else took the pictures with my phone. If I'm like out doing something and somewhere, I don't really like check in with people. And maybe that's not good. And that's why all of my siblings have my shared location. So they're like, okay, I can see where she is. I can check her dot and I know she's alive because I see her location. And so, but yeah.
Oh my God, I do have your location.
Yeah. So,
all right.
Everybody
maybe
knows
that's
where
it.
I'm
Maybe
at.
we need to put a GPS on you too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the same
tag.
way. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I am awful to reach. Nobody ever knows where I am. I don't carry my phone with me. I'm the same way. And I love that freedom. So, it's a mom mode thing.
I think it is.
It really is.
Yeah.
And Dr. Ruth and Cher, we've talked about this, once you're estranged and you go through that raw experience, there's a trigger there now.
Yeah.
As healed as you are, you have to recognize that there's a trigger, and your triggers are your responsibility. They really are. Triggers are our own responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a really beautiful like saying that we have in dispatch lately. It has been going around. It's been like, you didn't deserve your traumas, but you are responsible for how you react to them.
Yeah. Get the help and heal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As much work as I've gone through and am in a much better place, I still have the triggers. Definitely. Yeah. And I try to I check in a lot with Lisa. I call her on my way to work. Just
Well,
to
and
check
you
in.
not talked about, I've heard you say you like the triggers now because now it points to a direction for you to look
Yeah.
at. And that's what I like about it too. It
Yeah.
gives me the direction I need to go to heal.
I know what it is, and I know what's still out there that's not really resolved or managed well. Yeah. Well, Leah, I was wondering, in your relationship with Lisa is a little different too, because you have this whole relationship with this estrangement, but
Yeah.
actually you've got the business piece too. How is that for you?
Yeah, it's funny because there's like sometimes in emails there is business with like, hey, can you take a look at this? And then there's like, hey, how's your mom doing? So it's like, how do you separate those two things? It's like, do I respond to like the personal stuff first, or do I respond to the business, like the professional side? So it is that trickiness to, and then sometimes, yeah, when messages come through, is she asking me something for like business, or is she just like asking? So that too, it's like, how do I keep that balance of checking in and like, because we have a nice, I love our relationships. I'm always like, yeah, I got to go to visit one of my clients in Portugal. And then we have a totally dynamic relationship. And so it is that like side of things too, where I'm like, I respond to her on weekends and we hang out on weekends where most of my clients, you're not going to hear from me on a weekend. Sorry. And so, yeah, it's finding that professional and friendship balance, I think, too.
That's hard.
Yeah.
What
And
do
you know,
you need?
that's interesting too, because I took off during the holidays and I stepped away from my computer. I'm always stepping away from my phone, but stepped away from my computer. And I think it was you had asked me on our last business call to send
Yeah.
you just a quick outline for the year ahead.
Right.
And so it was on my to-do list, but because I stepped away from my computer, I was going to do it like, January 2nd. I think you had sent it to me, a rough version, like December 31st.
Right.
And then that kind of pulled me out of vacation mode. And I was like, oh, she's ready to go, but I'm still on vacation. And so then, like January 2nd, I responded. And now I don't hear from you for like, it probably wasn't 2 weeks. It felt like 2 weeks. And so now it's like, oh, is stuff going on with her mom? I'm pretty good at saying, okay, well, it's not happening right now, so let it go.
Yeah.
After I get out of okay, I assume that everything's okay. And I do. I really don't panic or over worry about stuff like that. But again, I think it just speaks to you have a life going on in one area and I do too,
Right. Yeah. We all have our different ways of like handling it. So I think that's another thing with email and stuff. And I would love to get in like a group chat now that I don't have to use WhatsApp. But or Jillian, just download WhatsApp.
Okay,
We could
that's a
get in a
hard
group
call out.
chat.
You could have just asked me like over an email. This didn't have to be a whole Zoom meeting.
But yeah, and I just like I do have like even with my mom, she never really checked into with me like you guys do. She just like she anytime I would call her, I would be like, I haven't heard from you, and I get the guilt trip. But it wasn't like I had heard from her and she called, or she'll do the opposite. She'll call 100 times. I'm like, I can't pick up.
Oh my God.
So it's with you guys, I think it's kind of different. I didn't even think about it when I was like traveling and stuff. So you're right, we get into living our own lives and everything else, whatever has to take priority. It was making money and traveling that took priority. So I probably responded more professionally to you than I did personally to you.